Okay, if you're deep in the 90-day fiancé world like we are, you know the question that's always on everyone's mind is, who's dating who? So today, we're going to get to the bottom of all the speculation surrounding one of the biggest names from the franchise, Sophie Sierra.
So let's just rip the Band-Aid off and get right to it. This is the question that's all over social media, all over the forums, and it's probably why you're here. What is Sophie Sierra's actual relationship status right now, in 2025?
And the answer is actually pretty simple. As of late 2025, Sophie is not officially or publicly with anyone. Yep, she's single. But don't let that fool you. The story of how we got to this point, well, that's where things get really interesting.
So to really understand her present, we've got to take a quick look back. We need to start with the relationship that brought her into our lives in the first place.
Of course, I'm talking about her marriage to Rob Warne. It was the absolute center of her story. They tied the knot on the show, but by 2024, things had really hit a wall. Their appearance on The Last Resort was basically the make-or-break moment, and Sophie made her choice. She decided not to recommit. Now, they did try to reconnect for a minute after filming stopped, but by late 2024, Rob himself came out and said it was over, for good. So the main thing to know is, that chapter is officially closed.
But you know how this world works. As soon as one door slammed shut, the rumor mill started churning about another major 90-day star.
And that star was Pedro. Can you believe it? In early 2025, the internet just exploded. Both Sophie and Pedro posted Instagram stories that made it look like they were in the same place at the same time. The speculation was immediate. People were convinced they were a new item. But here's the reality check. Neither of them has ever, not once, confirmed anything. It's all just fan theory and remains totally unconfirmed.
Okay, so we've cleared up the dating drama. Rob is in the past, Pedro was just a rumor. The answer to our big question is nobody. But honestly, that's where the real story about Sophie actually begins. The one about who she is when she's not defined by a relationship.
You know, this quote really sums her up perfectly. Here she is, this young woman trying to make it in the huge, sometimes crazy world of Los Angeles. But she's also just a person who misses home. It's that mix of big dreams and feeling like an outsider that makes her so compelling.
And you see that vulnerability pop up in so many ways. She's really open about her struggles with things like body image and self-confidence, which you just don't see that often. She's talked about not really fitting into the whole LA scene, about missing her friends in London, and, this is my favorite, she once admitted she bailed on one of those super trendy LA hikes to go get snacks instead. I mean, who can't relate to that? And of course, the FaceTime calls with her mom are just iconic. These are the moments that make her feel so incredibly real.
And that authenticity, that realness, it flows right into how she's building her career. She is making it crystal clear that she's determined to be more than just that girl from that TV show.
And let me tell you, she is hustling. She's building her brand everywhere. She's an influencer, a content creator. She does some modeling. But what I find really telling is her ambition to be a full-on entrepreneur with her own fashion line, and she even wants to get into wellness coaching. She isn't just riding the 15 minutes of fame, she's trying to build something that will actually last. I absolutely love this quote because it is so perfectly Sophie. It just rips back the curtain on the whole glamorous influencer life myth. She's not afraid to show you the messy, awkward, and frankly hilarious reality behind the perfect photos, and that just makes people connect with her even more.
And that's really the bottom line here. Her whole career path feels so genuine because it isn't perfect. She's not just curating a highlight reel for everyone. She shows you the struggles, the little victories, and the days where things just don't go right. In a world full of perfectly polished online personalities, being unpolished is her superpower.
So, as we wrap this all up, it kind of leaves us with one big question. We all came here wanting to know who Sophie Sierra is dating. But maybe, just maybe, in the wild world of reality TV, the most interesting story isn't about finding a partner, it's about finding yourself.